Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video the thumbs up. WWE superstar Jade Cargill has come a long way since making her pro wrestling debut in 2021. However, she still has a long way to go to reach the top of the mountain. WWE Hall of Famer Booker T has extended an invitation to Jade Cargill after what went down on SmackDown last week. The Storm is on a hunt for the WWE Women's Championship. She became the Queen of the Ring earlier this year, but failed to dethrone Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam. The two women have since continued their rivalry and slugged it out once again on SmackDown last week. After a back-and-forth contest, the match ended in a draw after Cargill and Stratton were counted out. Speaking on the Hall of Fame podcast, Booker T offered Jade Cargill to take her under his wing. The NXT commentator also invited Cargill to visit his reality of wrestling school so he can fine-tune her skills. The feud between Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton seems far from over, especially the way things ended on SmackDown last week. After the match was over, Nia Jax destroyed both women to put them on notice. The irresistible force appears to have inserted herself into the title picture. Is a triple threat match on the cards for WrestlePalooza? Fans must tune in this Friday to find out how this program unfolds. In a headline that is already causing shockwaves across the wrestling world, WWE superstar Jade Cargill has been publicly extended an invitation by a 60-year-old WWE legend who made it clear with a simple but powerful message: "Give me a call." The statement has not only set the internet ablaze, but also opened the door to endless speculation about what could be brewing behind the scenes for one of WWE's most athletically gifted performers. Cargill, who has been presented as a generational star since she signed with WWE following her groundbreaking run in AEW, has become a major topic of discussion in recent months. Her crossover appeal, striking physical presence, and charisma have made her one of the most talked-about figures in professional wrestling. But the fact that a WWE legend is still relevant and respected at the age of 60 has now seemingly invited her to connect could be the start of something that shakes up WWE programming in the lead-up to some of its biggest events. The wrestling industry thrives on unexpected moments, and this appears to be one of them. Jade Cargill has been carefully handled since her WWE debut, with the company building her aura as an unstoppable force. The message, "Give me a call," was delivered during an interview where the legend in question was asked about today's rising stars. Without hesitation, the Hall of Famer said they would love to see Jade Cargill achieve her full potential, and made it clear they were only a phone call away. That moment, caught on camera, instantly went viral, with fans speculating whether this was simply a supportive gesture or the beginning of a storyline that could see Cargill paired with or mentored by one of the most iconic names in wrestling history. Cargill's career trajectory has been fascinating. She dominated AEW with an undefeated streak that made her one of the most protected stars in the company. Upon her arrival in WWE, there was immediate pressure to deliver, and she has more than held her own, both in the ring and in promos. However, fans and critics alike have debated how WWE has used her. Some have argued that despite her aura, she has not yet been placed in a consistent spotlight befitting her star power. This is where the legendary figure's invitation could change everything. A rub from a veteran who has shaped eras of WWE programming could provide Jade with both credibility and an opportunity to break into the main event picture permanently. The timing of this invitation is crucial. WWE is heading into WrestlePalooza season, a blockbuster event that is expected to rival WrestleMania in terms of spectacle and stakes. Jade Cargill being linked with a Hall of Famer could be the hook WWE needs to elevate her in the coming months. The line "Give me a call" may sound simple, but in wrestling, nothing is ever truly simple. These words could be a tease of a mentorship, an alliance, or even a feud. Fans have already begun fantasy booking scenarios where Jade stands side by side with a legend, creating dream matches that could define the next era of WWE. The identity of the 60-year-old legend is equally significant. At this age, there are only a handful of iconic names who are both healthy and respected enough to offer such an invitation. Figures like Booker T, who has publicly praised Jade in the past, come to mind immediately. Booker T, a two-time WWE Hall of Famer and one of the most influential black wrestlers in history, has often spoken about the importance of helping the next generation succeed. His phrase, "Give me a call," would carry weight not just as a casual remark, but as an open door to mentorship and a possible on-screen partnership. Another possibility is that the legend is someone like Alundra Blaze, better known as Medusa, who has long campaigned for the continued growth of women's wrestling. At 60, Medusa has the credibility of a trailblazer who broke barriers during a time when women's wrestling did not receive the same platform it does today. Her invitation to Jade could be interpreted as a symbolic passing of the torch, positioning Cargill as the new standard bearer for women's dominance in wrestling. If this angle were to play out, WWE could create a storyline that highlights both the history of women's wrestling and the future, bridging generations in a way that connects with fans on a deeper level. No matter who the legend is, the phrase "give me a call" is resonating because it feels authentic. Wrestling thrives when reality blends with storyline, and this moment has that exact quality. Jade Cargill has already built herself as a self-made superstar. Aligning with a legend could either accelerate her rise or create a compelling conflict if WWE decides to turn the relationship into an angle of tension. Fans are clamoring for Jade to find herself in a marquee storyline that showcases her strengths, and this could be the perfect vehicle. On social media, the reaction has been overwhelming. Hashtags related to Jade Cargill began trending within hours of the interview, with fans speculating endlessly about whether she would accept the invitation. Some supporters believe Jade should take the call immediately and seize the opportunity to work alongside a legend who understands the business inside and out. Others argue that Jade has already proven herself as a self-sufficient star and does not need to lean on past names to cement her legacy. This debate alone has added fuel to the hype surrounding Jade, making her the centerpiece of wrestling discussions heading into WWE's biggest shows. Cargill herself has yet to respond directly to the invitation, which has only heightened anticipation. Silence in this case can be more powerful than words. If Jade chooses to address the situation on social media or during an upcoming WWE broadcast, the wrestling world will be watching with bated breath. The possibilities are endless. She could accept the invitation and begin a mentorship that leads to domination on the main roster, or she could reject it in a storyline move that establishes her independence and sparks a confrontation with the legend. Either outcome would generate must-see television and give Jade the kind of spotlight that cements her as a top-tier star. It is also worth considering WWE's current landscape. The women's division is stacked with talent, from Becky Lynch to Rhea Ripley to Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill entering into a storyline involving a legend would instantly set her apart and carve out a unique narrative lane. Rather than being another competitor fighting for airtime, she would become the face of a generational storyline that transcends titles and rivalries. This is the kind of story WWE thrives on when building new megastars. Furthermore, the phrase "give me a call" carries with it a personal tone. It's not just a public shout-out. It suggests a willingness to invest time, knowledge, and energy into Jade's future. Legends at 60 years old have nothing left to prove in terms of their in-ring careers. What they can do, however, is pass on wisdom and help shape the stars of tomorrow. This is the legacy-building phase of their lives, and Jade Cargill could very well be the chosen protege who benefits from decades of experience. Industry insiders are already speculating on how WWE might capitalize on this moment. Some reports suggest that WWE Creative could be considering an angle where Jade is paired with the legend as a manager or mentor figure, similar to how Paul Heyman has guided Roman Reigns. Others believe this could lead to a one-off WrestlePalooza moment where the legend makes an appearance to endorse Jade in front of a massive audience. Either way, the buzz is undeniable, and the phrase "give me a call" is likely to remain a hot topic for weeks to come. For Jade Cargill, the invitation could be the beginning of her true ascension in WWE. Her natural star power has never been in doubt, but every great superstar has defining moments that elevate them to legendary status. This could be one of those moments. The endorsement of a 60-year-old legend, whether it turns into mentorship, alliance, or confrontation, provides Jade with the kind of narrative that gets people emotionally invested. In an era where WWE fans demand authenticity and star power, Jade has both, and this invitation could be the spark that lights the fire of her next chapter. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.